This is, yeah, this is such an awkward turn of events that I have been speaking to myself for the past, like, I mean, I'm still speaking to myself technically, but I've been speaking to myself for like 16 minutes and not recording it. Oh God. Oh well. So, anyways, as I was just saying, it's not too bad of a situation for the goats because of the fact that they now get some free hits. But I'd really like to see him turn these into 2 dies. He should be putting someone on the line to get 2 dies. Going for these 1 die hits is really bad. Um, and he could have like used this guy to hit if he had put more on the line. The setup's just not ideal because like the issue is this guy would be a great assist if you had someone standing right here, but you don't have someone standing right here. And so now there's no way to assist this hit, so it has to, yeah, even if he brings that guy up, doesn't matter, this is still 1 die. So that's pretty unfortunate because these could all be knockdowns, but he's really missing out on some opportunities there. Rather unfortunate. One of the other things is, I'm just going to reiterate because it wasn't picked up before because my mic was not configured correctly. I forgot that I got a new headset since last season. Um, but he unfortunately blitzed with the wrong goat during the last turn, which did allow the Skaven player to get a touchdown there. So yeah, it's just important to look at who's closest and try and figure that out. But yeah, one of the big things here, it seems like, for the goat player, boy mayor, that rhymes, is that he's not really being too careful with his blocks, throwing a lot of 1 dies that could be made into 2 dies, and just getting that familiarity with how the how being covered works, how to actually get the assists, is really important. Just the basics. And it's, you don't have to be a strategic mastermind or anything to win Blood Bowl games. As someone who last season I was in Div D and it was my first ever time playing Blood Bowl not against an AI, but I did really well just from like again, being really familiar with how the blocks work, like when you're going to get a 2 die, how the tackle zones work, when you're actually going to be able to dodge out, or when it's going to be a more difficult dodge, just because it's not entirely intuitive sometimes, especially like stuff like the dodging out. You're like, oh, more people covering will mean harder dodge, but that's not exactly how it works. It's how many tackle zones are you dodging into, so you want to make sure you have someone surrounded as opposed to a bunch of people on one side of them. But we're seeing here the rat player just fighting on the line here. He's not really investing too much into pushing towards that ball carrier. I'd like to see the ball carrier come up this side. He already has a bit of real estate, and all the block players are kind of tied up on this end. So he could potentially get a bit of a run up. He's going to have 3 turns. So yeah, he can just run all the way. That way he doesn't have to do any handoffs or anything. Especially with the 0 rerolls, it'll be difficult for him to score without any rerolls if he has to hand off. So the fact that he does have enough movement here to, or wait, or does he? It's there, and then he goes 6 and 6. Yeah, no. I'll have to do a couple. Oh, I don't love that. I guess it's still flexible. He might have to do a handoff at some point. Sorry, I need to actually do this math. When I say math, I mean counting numbers. 2, 3. Please move, screen. Please move. Thank you. God, I lost count immediately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He could do a GFI next turn and then 2 GFIs the turn after. Or he could go for a handoff to one of these goats. That is if he is entirely unassailed during this process. Okay. Did that do that? Okay. Okay. But, yeah, he hasn't put himself in too good of a position here to score. He's going to have to make some serious rolls with 0 rerolls. Another KO for the rats. Armor is paper thin, apparently. 8 armor value is just worse than 7 armor value. We know this. Now, in reality, what it is it feels like the rats are getting a lot more blocks off than their opponents, who's getting a lot of 1-dies and such. And a really good, not really rewarded, but gets the reroll, gets the block. Nice. So that was a really nicely done block there. And now it's going to be almost impossible for the Chaos Coach to score here. Because of the fact that he'll have to pick up a ball, like potentially clear off 2 players, pick up, hand off, run. That's just a lot of rolls with 0 rerolls. Just having 1 reroll would just make it so much more doable. But as it is, it's going to be a very difficult time. Good work dodging all these gutter rats out. He's going to get a couple free hits on these lion rats. Oh, good. Going for those 1-dies when he's got nothing else. Now he actually gets a 2-die because of that push. Does he take the both down here? You could. You could just say, screw it. Okay, no, he does go for the push. That's fair. But it's not spicy. It's not exciting. So yeah, we'll see what is managed here. It's actually really nice for this. Oh, and he's just throwing the 1-dies, and that's just a turnover. So I'd really like to see Boy Mayor being a little more cautious. You know, you got all these goats standing here doing nothing. You can move them, get some 2-die blocks, just kind of smashing your head into the opponent and hoping for a good result. Well, it is in the spirit of Blood Bowl. Doesn't quite work at least in this setup with these, you know, in this agility season where you've got a bunch of beastmen, no strength advantage. You know, maybe if you're playing like a Khemri team or something like that, then the strategy of just smacking them until they stay on the ground, like Chaos, would be more valuable. But this is not standard Chaos. This is all goat Chaos, so it's not quite so easy to get those 2-dies. No injury, just an armor break. But now, can we see the rats score here? Oh, we can. Oh, and it's not even that bad. It's a really easy handoff, and then he just runs it in. Really nice from the rat coach. It was really good thinking of him to make sure he had someone positioned for no GFIs to get the touchdown there. And yeah, I mean, it's just looking like a bit of a mismatch of experience here. The Division D can be a bit of a hodgepodge. It's hard to judge how much Blood Bowl rules someone will have absorbed without playing it. Because, you know, you can learn from watching, you can learn from... a lot of people have been watching Crenbowl for a long time, even if they haven't been playing Blood Bowl. I myself, that's how I learned a lot of the rules and the little interactions, so... Division D, as such, can sometimes have some mismatches of experience, despite both players having limited actual playing experience. Because this rat coach seems to really know what he's doing. He's going for solid blocks. He's making sure to use his block players for the important, like, ball carrier hits, or for the first hits that are potentially more risky, that he doesn't want to go poorly. He's doing this, where he's positioning at the back to make sure that there's no blitz option. Hopefully we see the Chaos Coach. Oh, oh no. Did he just accidentally click defensive setup change? Yep. Oh, that's a tilter. That's so frustrating. Especially because it takes forever. The animations to move these guys one by one actually takes forever. I wish you could, like, click and drag or something. Like an RTS. But yeah, you always are like, come on, come on. It's the one thing, like, in the game where you can't, like, buffer your inputs. Like, if you're actually doing a turn, you can be like, click, go there, then block, then blitz, then pick up the ball. Like, and it'll do them buffered. But with this, you can't do that. You have to fully wait for the movement. Okay, so I do like, he's adjusted. He's moved these two players in. That's the right move. This way he'll be able to get some really nice 2-die blocks. Now, what I'd really like to see, and we might not, but I'm going to discuss just because it's optimal, is hitting diagonally on this line. Oh, the extra reroll for the rats. This is impactful. So if you actually hit this way, it'll give you the option if you get a push to move the player right here, which then lets you get another hit, push right there, get another hit, push right there. Just a little optimization that allows you to deal with unlucky dice where you just end up getting a bunch of pushes, and then you can push that guy down the line, push that guy down the line. Now, unfortunately, he has moved players over, and he is also blitzing someone that he's in contact with. And there it is. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know why he chose to blitz there. But again, probably a newer player. So this is the sort of thing you'll learn throughout the season, and then you'll come back to the next season, you know, a more experienced player with better options. As it is, I'm guessing this is going to be a pretty one-sided match, especially if those goats both stay knocked out. That is unlucky. Because he's got no wake-ups, so that means he is now down 3, so he's on 8 players. 5, yes, so he's on 8 players. Well, he's receiving, and it's going to be really difficult for him to score. Unfortunately, again, agility season, but not a classic agility team. No high movement, no good passing. Like, if this were a Skaven team with only 8 players, you're like, yeah, Skaven can score. Skaven can score with 2 players. Skaven can score with 1 player. Like, it's not, except for the fact that they have to put them on the line, but ignore that part. Other than that, it's a lot more feasible than when your movement allowance is 6 on everyone and you don't have a ton of players, because now it means, hey, you're not going to be outrunning the opponent, and because you're down players, you're unfortunately not even going to really be outbashing him other than 1 blitz a turn. Oh, I guess, actually, what could have been an option on the last turn, if he had actually put another assist on that blitz, he probably could have gotten a 3-die block to start it out, which would have actually been very optimal, but unfortunately did not work out that way. But now he's got 4 rerolls again. Hopefully he doesn't burn through them too quickly. Gets the adjacent move. Probably not going to do too much with it. Going to get the contact there. Yeah, moves those guys up. So this is actually a really nice start for him in that he can get, bam, hit there, hit there, hit there, hit there, hit there. Like, he can get 5 hits and then a blitz. Don't go for the pickup first. Okay, at least the reroll got it. But yeah, that's another thing, is when you don't have a 4 agility player or someone with sure hands, it's often good to delay your pickup, just because it is one of the more difficult rolls that you're going to be making there. Good start to the punching. And realistically, if you fail the pickup, it's not that big a deal. Like, this guy's not far enough up to really do anything of significance. Ooh, and he shouldn't have followed up there, because now this is a 1-die that he just rolls, and please don't follow. Oh, I shouldn't have followed there either, because now this is also a 1 die. Please take this die first. Please take this hit first. Okay, he hits that way. That works. That works. And that way, if it didn't work, then he could do another hit. Okay, he gets the KO. Evening up that player disparity. Now he'll get another hit opportunity right here. Nice. And now he'll also be able to blitz someone. Okay, there we go. Now the rat's armor is finally coming as advertised. Armor value 7, an armor value all of its own. And we're going to see who he goes for here. Okay, so he wants to get one of these, but that is just going to be push. Right in the middle there. All those gutter runners are going to get their revenge. It's over for him. And move someone back for a bit of safety. Not really too much safety regardless, but that way he's got a player in the area for a potential recovery. Interesting blitz decision, I guess. I mean, the block is a safer hit, but unfortunate that he couldn't use his blitz elsewhere, because now I think that'll be really the only hit he gets this turn. No, I guess stand that guy up, get that 2 die. Okay, 2 hits ain't bad, but he could have gotten 3 more bashing, better. Just a push. We'll see if he moves up aggressively, because these gutter runners can get quite far around here, and that's what I was saying, is there's not too much safety. He moves a player into scoring position, and what's the SPP like? 0? Oh, that's too bad. Does he have... Oh, I wish he had moved Riki. It's really nice to get those week 1 level ups, if you can. Or on the Storm Vermin, actually. Getting a Storm Vermin level up would be really nice. Just because they're harder to level up. They don't end up scoring touchdowns that much. These guys are going to inevitably get touchdowns. There's this guy. You know, it would be nice to get an early level on him. Maybe pick up guard or something. You know, maybe pick up other skills that I don't actually know what axis he has. If he just has general, or general and agility, or either way, could be a potential target. But as is, I'd like to see him try and get the touchdown on Riki Rat and get that level up there. But I am getting a little ahead of myself. There's no touchdown for the Rats while this Beastman still has the ball in hand. Can't move too far up because he had to spend a lot of time getting off. Blitzes, nice. But he could. He's got a decent position here. If he moves that guy up, moves this guy there, moves that guy. I would, yeah. Even though it's risky to go down next to these 2 down players, I think he has enough goats in this area that he can kind of have a decent chance. And that way he gets it far away from these gutter runners. Tries to get them behind him. Marks the gutter runner. Don't love this. It's a 4 agility unit with dodge. So he's just going to leave. Oh, the pass! The big time plays. Agility goat. No! That is tragic. I wanted to see it. Monica Blewinski really fucking blew it, didn't she? Oh wait, no, that was Jiminy Karen. Jiminy Karen. Yeah. Okay. Fortunately for him, the bounce did end up right dead center in all these goats. So it's definitely going to be no easy feat for these rats to recover it. Oh, during Pro Bowl, one of the rats had leap. And let me tell you, that is hype. Rat with leap, like just gutter runner with leap. That's a good time. I would recommend it to any aspiring Skaven players out there. Because it was very impressive. And also just like, because normally you're like, oh, let me block off this gutter runner, but if he can just jump right over you, it's fantastic. Especially like for 1 turns, like when often people will form that 2-player thick wall to like stop one turns. But if you have leap, you run up into the tackle zone of the first player, leap over, one dodge. Like that's fantastic. Anyways, leap. It's hype. And hopefully during the agility season, we'll see some Lords of Leaping. No blitz. Oh wait, no. Yeah, blitz used. Short-term memory loss. Okay. Is he gonna go for the extra assist to get a 2-die? He will. Nice. So yeah, he wasn't able to make too much progress inward, but now he's kind of got him boxed in. And over the next little bit, does go for the both down. His armor holds up. He has been getting pretty decent armor rolls compared to the goats. I know it's only 8 versus 7, so it's not a crazy difference, but he's also been getting more hits and more knockdowns. I can't remember what I've said while my mic was muted versus what I've said unmuted, so I might end up repeating myself sometimes as I curse the rat's armor, causing it to get broken. We'll see if he goes for the pickup here right away. Moving a player downfield, this might be indicative of a pass. Goes for the blitz, nice. Now if he gets a knockdown, then he'll be able to get a 2-die right here. I would recommend that he picks up the ball first, because this pickup is actually very important, and he wants to be able to use his reroll on that and not on the potential random hit on the thrower. That doesn't really matter. He has forgotten the ball. Or just bink the dodge pickup with 2 6s. I guess that's a strategy as well. I hadn't considered that one. What the fuck? You can't. Yeah, you can't. Oh, apparently you can roll that many 6s. That's a lot of high numbers. We got a 6, 6, 2, 6, 5. Okay, well he does get the ball out here. Unfortunately for him, these are some speedy boys, so it's going to be pretty easy to knock this guy, get the assist there, and then maybe dodge that guy out, or better yet, dodge this guy out over here, bam 2-die, bam blitz. That would be pretty ideal, if possible. Or not even dodge out, push off. Now move this guy down here. I just want to like get a perfect prediction of someone's turn one of these days. Okay? Then push this guy off. Okay? Now push that guy off. You could even blitz. Oh wait, no. What am I saying? Okay, Fergie, there is no joke, is injured. Fergalicious. Definition. Badly hurt. The junk in her trunk has been bruised. Hopefully we get... Yes. Oh, I'm so happy that this is going exactly as I predicted. And then he moves down there, and then he blitzes. Perfect. Again, really well done by this rat coach. I mean, again, I'm not some Magnus Carlsen of Blood Bowl. I'm pretty new as well, but he's definitely making good choices. And just rip it, yeah. I guess with 3 rolls left, I probably would have rerolled there, but it's fine not to. Like I can see not doing it. You got the ball out of the player's hands. You weren't gonna be able to recover it anyway because everyone's movement's used up. So I don't mind just saving the rerolls for some potentially more important rolls later. Okay. Gets the pickup success. And just goes for it. Double go for it. I think that's a good choice. As much as it's risky there, he's got no rerolls anyway, so why wait till next turn when you're just going to get hit by a bunch of rats? When the rats wake up, we should see a goat wake up here. Come. That's... They're just... we haven't had a single wake up from the goat side. They are down 5 players. The scoreline is 2-1, rats receiving. At least the rats are down 2. so I think it's a player differential of 2. But I mean, this is not a good look for the Chaos team. There's a reason why normally Chaos isn't just goats. And the unfortunate reality is that, yeah, just goats isn't that viable compared to an actual agility team that's, you know, pretty damn good. Skaven's a pretty good team. So them, I guess they just don't have access to the Rat Ogre, or maybe it even is allowed. No, I would guess it isn't, considering they get Storm Vermin. Oh, maybe it was, I'm trying to just remember the rules offhand, but it might have been one of those ones that was, half Storm Vermin, half, or sorry, God, I can't speak and think at the same time. It was, you either can have your Storm Vermin or you can have the Rat Ogre. You can't have both. Oh, Riot. Both teams lose a turn. I'm hoping. So again, slight optimization would be doing these hits diagonally. Not a huge deal. Not the end of the world, but just leaves you with more options when you get a push like that. So in the future, if by some miracle watches this VOD, that would be my one tip of advice, is make these hits diagonally so that you can end up getting additional hits. Because as much as these guys only have 2 strength, if you have enough, you can, I mean, you can hit. It's not a big deal. Nice. The stun there. Okay, it was Rat Ogre off the table in any case. It was Underworld. Okay, gotcha. I remembered that there was one like that. Thank you for clarifying for me, Digi. I don't know how much of this match you've seen, but so far the Rat player, Skaven player, is definitely looking good. I think he would be a favorite to have a really good season this season. He's making good decisions. He's blocking with his block players first. And overall, he's just playing pretty smart, setting up blocks, 2 dies. The Chaos player is definitely much newer. I would imagine this is the first league that he's ever played in. I could be wrong, but... What? No trolls? Lame. How are you supposed to throw players if you don't have trolls? Can't throw players with blitzers, no matter how many blitzers you have. What are they thinking? It's almost as if block and dodge are like stupidly strong skills that no other skills compare to. And so everyone just wants block. Nice pickup here. I would imagine that we're potentially going to see another touchdown here, because the Rat player definitely wants it. And he's got the numbers advantage for sure. And a lot of these goats are laying on the ground. It's going to be really hard for them to break into any sort of cage, and all the rats are fast enough that he can actually just form cages upfield that the goats can't get to. So we'll see where the goat player uses his blitz this turn. But if I were the Rat player, I would focus on clearing up this side, marking that guy, and then just running this guy all the way up there. Seems like a pretty easy path out. He's obviously going to mark right here, but you can just blitz with this downed rat if you want. And then I would make that 2 die with the block player and form a cage upfield. Yeah, pretty good opportunity here. Yep, nice. Goes for the block hit first. Always a really good decision. And he has been getting pretty lucky on the armor rolls, I think. It could be one of those bias things where I'm just not realizing how many blocks he's going for, but it feels like the armor has been particularly bad for the Beastmen in this game. We'll see in the post-match. And another KO. And they get to join their 2 brethren who have been sleeping the entire time. I imagine. Yeah, hopefully he just goes upfield, forms cage, marks this player. Okay, marks that player with that guy. That's good as well. How far can this guy move? Not very far. Can this guy get out of range? He can. Might do a GFI. He's got 3 rerolls, so he actually should do GFIs here. That's another easy mistake to make when you're newer to the game, is to hold on to all of your rerolls to the point that you just have more than is necessary. Oh, okay, so he's going to reroll that. Okay, so yeah, this actually also works. I kind of forgot that he just had a guy here that he can run stupid far downfield. There's no rerolls left for Bormayer. Oh, and he just goes for it. Just binks it. And now he could even go for another touchdown. That's what I would do. When you get a good matchup... Oh, 2 wake-ups. Okay, come on. Come on, goats. 1 goat! 1 goat! These are the worst. I mean, not literally the worst, but some of the worst wake-up from KO rolls I have seen. I was going to say all season, but I've literally seen 2 games this season, so that doesn't really mean very much. Yeah, pretty bad. Pretty bad KO wake-ups here. So as much as the Chaos player is newer, the dice certainly aren't doing him any favors in that regard. And we see a very aggressive setup from the Skaven player with all these gutter runners up here, and I really like that. It means he's thinking about the touchdown, and considering the backfield is now wide open, all of the goats are on the line. I think we're going to see another touchdown from the Rats here. He's set up for it. The goat player has no contingency plan, and the goat player has also positioned himself poorly for 2-die blocks. He gets the 1 2-die block, and it's both down, and yeah, that's a missed next game injury. As I said, armor not been great. So now we're just going to see really easy. I mean, I would actually like to see one of the block players make this hit, so maybe even run one of these guys over. Okay, no, that's fine. He's got 3 rolls for 2 turns. It's fine. And there goes the armor again. Jesus Christ. I mean, I know it's the low armor agility season, but they have 8 armor. They're not even 7 armor. Like, what is this? This is not okay. This is not acceptable parity, Mr. Nuffle. It's fucked up. That's what it is. It's fucked up. Okay, gets the push. Should see him run downfield to collect this ball. And does he have... Okay, perfect. He should score on filthy... Or wait. Stop it! I'm trying to talk about SPP optimization. You're over here murdering everyone, stealing my camera, making me watch cinematic views of you absolutely violating these poor goats. Anyways, what I was going to say is I think Riki Rat should get this touchdown here to get him a nice level up. You walked in on, I think a hate crime is what you walked in on. Also known as the agility season, but I mean, it's just not. It's just the death season, I guess. I don't... Rats greater than goats, I guess, in the animal tier list of which animal would win in a fight. There's only 3 goats left on the pitch. We could see a pitch clear. There's only going to be 1 more turn to do it, but we could actually see a pitch clear this game. Yeah, 8 armor. Yeah, it should not be this. Like, 8 armor versus mostly 7 armor should not result in an empty sideline and a full sideline. Even if one player is, like, you know, more experienced than the other one, it shouldn't be this bad. It's okay. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see if he just takes his touchdown and leaves, or if he goes for more what it seems to be free SPP. Just hit goats, get SPP. No big deal. Oh, he has to take the push. Oh, I'm kind of disappointed that he didn't push here to get the block hit. But, you know, he wants to surf the goat. Unfortunately, he did use the blitz. Could have actually surfed that goat otherwise if he hit without the blitz there. Okay. One last goat. Would have liked to see a 3-die there. May as well. I know you've got 3 rerolls, but unfortunately, things can still go wrong. But now nothing can go wrong. It's a free touchdown. That's going to be a 4-1 win. Plenty of SPP for the Rats, and that's really going to springboard his setup. Does he get to change races? Yeah, it might be beneficial. As much as re-rolling the team is an option, just it's just not a good look for him right now. Like, again, I think he's a newer player. I mean, they're all newer players in Div D, but there's, as I mentioned, there's different levels of new. And that's a huge MVP for Repulsive Rat. Look at this. Look at this. This is disgusting. 27 SPP in the first week. That's gonna... Speaking from the player who last season in Div D, I had a similar game 1 and I went undefeated all season. Getting this much SPP in game 1 is ludicrous and will absolutely carry you to a really good season. Like, he's going to get 2 level ups already. He's really set up for a lot of potential MVP level ups, potential other level ups. Let's take a look at these dice. 6 20s, 10 1s. I mean, there's some 2s and 3s there. If we look at the actual perfect GFIs, mediocre wake up after KO rolls, pretty bad actually, but it's not going to be anything as bad as the other one. Injuries, the catch rate, yeah. So I mean, his dice are whatever. 61% armor, sure. But then we go over here, 54% armor, 54% armor on fucking 8 armor value is so shit. And then we got our injury, 41%. Look at this wake up after KO. Look at this. What is this? He's got 36s, yeah, but they're all on armor. I guarantee you they're fucking all on. Look, like, these look like good dice. This is why you can never trust this. This is meaningless. It's all about this, because look at that armor. Look at the pickup. Look at the injury. Look at the frickin' dodge, 25%. Catch. Casualty, 40%. Going for it. Okay. This is the one. This is the only good fucking row in the entire thing. Ooh, what else play tomorrow? Nice, nice. Yeah, word answers are definitely going to be a big move for sure. Like, just starting with Blodge is nutty, especially with a lot of the like the stripped down teams like the Goats not getting very much. Let's look at the block dice real quick. Pretty normal block dice, and like I said, too many 1-dies. 90s Knight went for a few too many 1-dies in my opinion. Stinky Rats, honestly pretty bad block dice, but he's got block, so he managed to turn a lot of these both downs into knockdowns from his Storm Vermin. So that was nicely done, but I mean, these aren't that bad compared to the frickin' D6s for 90s. Like, this is pretty bad. This is up there with just the wake up after KO is really what does it for me. 13% wake up after KO. So yeah, that was a match. An exciting way to kick off the first one of the first games of Div D in week 1. Let's see if there's any level ups done already. There might not be, because some people like to hold it. I'm just an eager beaver, and so I always insta level. Wait, what am I doing? I'm looking at the wrong season. Oh, this is so awkward. 1 second. There we go. Season 15. Div D. Rats. Oh, I think you may have already leveled it. Let's go. Oh, So he gets block on one gutter runner for safety, and he gets sprint on the other gutter runner for the, we all know why he gets sprint on the other gutter runner. So yeah, I will be excited to see this team play again. I think they're off to a really good start on the season, and we'll see how it goes for him. As for the unfortunate recipient of that beatdown, now at 720 team value, down from 900. Also, there's a weird thing where his team value was like 900, but he had no treasury money at the beginning of the season, which seemed odd to me. I was trying to figure out what could have happened there, because it's, unless he wanted to get a stadium upgrade or something, I don't know. Anyways, not having a good time. Are any of these permanent injuries, or are these all just missed next games? I think they might all just be missed. Yeah, they're all missed next games. I think one of them could be a niggling injury. Now I need to check. Fractured leg. Pinched nerve. Okay. And finally, niggling injury. So yeah, not a great start for the Goats. They may not, in fact, be the greatest of all time. They might be headed for a pretty bad season. We might see a reroll. I mean, you got 4 SPP, 5 out of 6. You can't really afford to reroll a skillless Goat team though, just because of one niggling injury, right? Like, you have to just push on to get some skills, because you need skills. Without like any block or anything, it's going to be a rough season for him with only 3 rerolls. Hopefully some inducements next week will get him into a decent position. But yeah, good luck to him. That's probably going to be about it for me. Next time I commentate, my mic is now actually set up, so I won't spend the first half of the game literally speaking to myself and not recording it, which is what happened this game. Can't get the coach of the Chaos is happy with the match, I think. Well, as long as he's having a good time, really, that's what matters. Because there was blood. It was in a bowl, blood bowl. That's just how it goes. There was plenty of blood. It was everywhere. Yeah, I'm glad he had a good time, because it is easy to get kind of salty, especially like on those rolls, on that armor, on that wake up. But yeah, as long as he's having a good time, really at the end of the day, that's what matters. But yeah, that's gonna be about it for me. I'll probably try and make a habit of commenting a decent number of games this season. Probably won't all be in 4 TDs feels like a bull. Yeah, Chaos is gonna be like those heavily restricted teams like that, all Goats, is just not like it's not a team for a reason. Like, there's a reason why Chaos has Chaos Warriors, which are some of the best units in the game, and it's because Goats are not some of the best units in the game. They don't have a lot going for them. It's like starting with dodgeless Amazons. I guess you have better armor, quote unquote. I say better armor, but he didn't have better armor this game. So yeah, it's just not a very strong team. And when you're going up against actual agility teams who are unrestricted and have full access to everything, it's not going to go in your favor. But yeah, that's about it for me. I will be probably commentating more games this season, just in random divisions. But hopefully we see one of these players again in the future. Because, yeah, it's nice to see some newer players. And it's nice to see a stomp sometimes. A stomp can be fun in that it's fun for one person, sometimes not for both, but it is exciting to watch at least. Hi, Chen. And yeah, bye. See you guys later.